Oh,
I check up on them periodically, but yeah. Actually, I beat off
so
We
Hawaii.
ready?
you have the
We're
chat link
streaming,
ready?
man. Yeah, the
Jesus
chat link's in the
Christ.
All
fucking
right.
outline.
All
You
right.
ready?
Oh, it's in the
So-
outline now. Fuck.
See,
God
I lied.
We're
almighty,
fucking
Ashtray.
pros,
You know
dude.
me.
Yes. Yes.
Hey, let's get ready to
Yeah.
beaver.
You haven't fired me
Here's
yet,
ready.
motherfuckers.
All right, shut up. In this episode of the Red Eye Report, we discuss beavers. Large beavers, small beavers, shaved beavers, hairy beavers, smelly beavers. If you could find beavers cheaper anywhere else, fuck 'em. With me this week is the beaver loving Ashtray. In fact, when he heard we were discussing beavers, he got all oiled up, combed through the 17 terabytes of porn he has, and exclaimed, "I'm ready, motherfuckers! It's beaver time!" Man,
Yeah.
he's gonna be pissed when he finds out what we're really discussing, huh?
What?
you know,
Should I put the nipple clamps away then?
Yeah, you probably should.
All of us.
Next to him is the all-seeing Oracle.
Jesus Christ.
Oracle hates beavers. It all
Fucking
stems from a
beavers.
logging accident sustained during the Great Beaver Cleansing of 1874. More beavers were slain in that summer than any Daytona Beach spring break known to man. Now, whenever Oracle sees a beaver, he gags a little and gets lightheaded.
Yep.
Sorry, man.
But I got a really big hat out of that 1875
Nice.
fucking
Nice.
purge.
74.
74. Sorry, my memory is slipping.
75 were fucking citronella. What are those little rodents called? Citronelles? Whatever.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Never mind. We'll discuss it later.
That's a candle.
We've also
isn't
got
it?
a fluffy teddy bear. Teddy hates beavers also, but for a different reason. Beavers can close their assholes too tight. He can't get his tongue in there and get that staphylococcal goodness.
Oh,
God.
Gross.
What the fuck?
Hey, isn't like the beaver anal gland? Didn't we talk about this at some point? Like it's used for perfumes.
was it used for some sort of
Is it
vanilla
really?
flavor or something?
Ye-
Or
Yeah,
maybe it
yes.
was perfume.
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
vanilla flavor.
It might be in my research that I.
Yeah, vanilla flavoring, right?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
You got it, but y'all are bullshitting me. I'm
No,
Googling this
dude.
shit. Y'all are fucking with me.
Vanilla
Y'all are
flavoring.
fucking with me. Vanilla
Beaver
flavoring.
anal glands.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
See?
Blasting
Things I don't-
optimistic.
Jesus
Last
Christ.
time I saw a beaver was when my last child was born. The elusive animal hasn't reared its majestic head since. Oh well. Amputee porn and slightly warmed chicken gizzards will have to do. And this is the Red Eye Report.
Slightly
Gizzards.
warm chicken gizzards.
Try it, man. Microwave them for like,
Well,
I don't know, 5
Bro,
seconds.
Castorium.
Did you find
Is it real?
Teddy?
Did you look it up?
Yeah, I've got it's. I got a Huffington Post. I got a Huffington Post thing, which I'm not really sure about. A Business Insider article, which is probably more fucking. I'll take a Huffington Post. But yeah,
Right on. All right. Well,
yeah, it's just real. Yeah.
talk about the fur trade, which was largely beaver pelts. I mean, let's not kid ourselves, you know. But the fur trade is a worldwide industry dealing in the acquisition and sale of animal fur since the establishment of a world fur market in the early modern period. So we're talking around 1000 AD. North America, Siberia, South Shetland, and South Sandwich Islands. I don't even know where those are. So we're not going to focus on those. We're just going to focus really on North America. Let's touch a little bit on the other ones. You got the Russian fur trade, which I'm assuming is pretty fucking intense. Before the colonization of the Americas, Russia was a major supplier of fur pelts to Western Europe and parts of Asia. Its trade developed in the early Middle Ages, like 500 to 1000 AD. First through exchanges of posts around the Baltic and Black Seas. The main trading market destination was the German city of Leipzig. Kievian Russia, the first Russian state, was the first supplier of the Russian fur trade. So they did a lot of pelts from martens, beavers, wolves, foxes, squirrels, and hares between the 16th and 18th century.
What's a marten again? Is that like a big weasel?
Sure.
probably. All part of the weasel
Look,
family.
It's a marten. The genus Martez.
Most martens I've ever met were weaselly.
Sons of bitches.
Look at
Slender,
Mark Short.
agile animals adapted to living in taigas. I guess I don't know. They look weird. They look like kind of like a weasel, honestly.
Nice.
Fucking martens.
Like a crazy fairy.
Siberian fur trade. That is that's like mostly like your fucking polar bear type shit. You know what I mean? Very
The elaborate robes.
what am I talking about? Very
Exotic?
yeah, like exotic, like fucking like Siberian tigers and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like that's and have a lot of fucking beef up in that area. Well, I'm sure they had some beef. They were attached to women. North American fur trade. That's the one I kind of want to focus on. And I really thought about this. I was watching this show called Frontier. It's a show about the fur trade in Hudson Bay area in like the 1800s. And that's really where the focus of the North American fur trade was.
It was a hell of a time.
You don't know what the Hudson Bay is? Is that what you said, Ashtray?
No. I said it was a hell of a time.
Oh, okay.
In the 18 whatever.
Yeah. So basically, it was the North American fur trade was the industry and activities related to the acquisition, trade, exchange, and sale of animal furs in North America. So basically, Eskimos kind of were the first to really start doing it and selling it to the white man, selling it to people who, rich in Europe who could buy it, afford.
Eskimos are like, shit, we warm enough. We got so many coats here. Buy some of ours.
Right. The fur trade became one of the main economic ventures in North America, attracting competition among the French, British, Dutch, Spanish, and Russians. In the early history of the U.S., capitalizing on this trade and removing the British stranglehold over it was seen as a major economic objective. So that happened by the mid-1800s, I guess. However, changing fashions in Europe brought about a collapse in fur prices. So we're talking like the early 1800s is when...
This would have been like Remnant Times, right? The movie with the...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
that was all about fur trading and trying to move all those furs down the river.
Right. So basically, many native communities were plunged into long-term poverty and consequently lost much of the political influence they once had, because after that, white people just didn't give a fuck.
Right.
Like we don't need you anymore, obviously. So.
And then they invented casinos.
Right. So basically, here's a little start of it. French explorer Jacques Cartier, in his first 3 voyages into the Gulf of St. Lawrence in the 1530s and 40s, conducted some of the earliest fur trading between European and First Nations peoples associated at that time around the St. Lawrence River. The beaver pelt was a big thing. And I didn't know this, but beaver pelts are actually turned into suede.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know that either.
Yeah. So then it really took off when French people started getting into the game. The French, who were rich, at the time in the 1700s, the aristocracy, really loved their beaver. Really loved that fur. So they would come over and they would fucking make these native people rich, basically. So I guess that's all I really wanted to talk about was just some beavers. You guys ever that was it? Like have any? You guys have any fur story? Ashtray, have you ever thrown paint on fur? Because I'm assuming something you
thrown paint on fur. No, I've never thrown paint on fur. Can you imagine though, like back in say, the 1800s, like. There wasn't even like color picture books, and if you got a chance, like, you went to New Orleans or something, and the ship came in selling exotic stuff, a fucking tiger skin, fuck yeah! Like, imagine how badass you would be, like, if you had a tiger skin in those days. There was no thought about like, oh, the poor tigers.
So in the 1640s and 50s, this is interesting, the Beaver Wars initiated by the Iroquois forced a massive demographic shift. So basically there were 5 nations that launched the Beaver Wars. They were the fucking.
Maybe that's when they were shooting at Leo.
Yeah, they were the 5 Indian nations. I don't even know how to pronounce these motherfuckers, so just go to the wiki and find out. The Iroquois are the only ones I really know. The other ones are like Mendaki. So anyway, another one actually.
I apologize to our Native American crowd.
Yeah, right. Was our Native American crowd, right? Where the fuck is that? God damn it.
Jesus, you're not prepared.
Sorry, so the Hudson Bay Company. Hudson Bay Company.
Yes. Some bitch.
So the Hudson Bay Company was like the biggest. They were like the fucking West India Trading Company or whatever. Or is that East India Trading Company?
Yeah.
That was big in the 1700s.
Yeah.
The pirates type of shit or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They were like that for fucking fur trading.
Hmm.
They were like the monopoly, the stranglehold. They fucking had everything. And that's kind of what the Beaver Wars, it says, really were started because they were so big. They weren't getting good prices. So these fucking 5 nations tried to like take them on. They formed a fucking co-op basically. Tried to take on the Hudson Bay Company, and
so what happened?
They all died.
Great. I kind
I
of
mean,
saw
come
that
on.
one coming.
They're fucking right. There's Native Americans against fucking rifles and shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Rifles and money.
Yeah, right. Money to supply the ammunition. So yeah, that was about it. Unfortunately for them, it's just another exploitation of Indian peoples. You know, we've heard fucking
it's Mitch.
in America. Mitch
Oh yeah. Fucking Mitch.
Who's here? Mitch?
It's Mitch.
Mitch?
What up,
Ashtray
Mitch?
is bald. Anyway, yeah. He doesn't sound bald, does he? No, I get you.
So I'm nasally like a weasel.
He's like a Martin.
Like a Martin.
So anyway,
And call me a Martin.
in America, we know about, the way that Native Americans were treated here.
Oh yeah.
And treated like shit, land taken from them. It's kind of the same concept in Canada and, that area.
Anywhere in the world, pretty much. Native.
Right. Anywhere where minorities where they can defend themselves.
Yeah.
We all know about that, the black thing. So why don't black people take cruises anymore, Teddy?
Because we know that shit's a trap. That's
yeah,
why.
you ain't falling for that.
So,
all right. So any fur stories, guys?
I got some sweaty FUBU downstairs.
Shit. No, I'm trying to think. Oh, actually, I do. I do have a fur story. Me and my boys from high school were on a little weekend trip to Chicago, and going down Michigan Avenue, we just oh, let's go this fucking fur store. Let's go in this place. And, we walk in and it's like immediately, it's like, boo, you guys have no fucking money. And we're like, yeah, me and Josh was like, we're looking for a fur for our buddy K-Dog here. It was Clayton. And, he got himself a record deal. And the guy, actually, he smiled and he let us try. We were in there for 15, 20 minutes. He tried it on. He's like, oh, this is nice. It's a good feel, Yeah. Tried it on. Yeah, played along and looked at the price tag, $15,000.
Holy fuck.
Of course.
Wow.
I was just like, Jesus Christ.
That's why that guy played along. You know how bored he's got to be all day long?
Probably,
Nobody
yeah.
fucking wants to buy furs and shit.
Yeah, because this was full pimp jacket furs, the real thing.
15,000.
Awesome.
Holy balls.
Yeah. When I saw that price tag, it was hard to not shudder because I feel like, oh my God, don't touch it,
Right.
I'm too poor to be around this thing. Put it behind glass. I might spit on it.
I actually have a beaver story.
He entertained us for, he let us, we then didn't fuck around too long, but my buddy got to try on 2 fur coats. And stand in the mirror and shit. kind of nuts. That's my only fur story.
So I've got a beaver story. Growing up, there was, well, you guys, Donnie was on the show at least one time before, the skydiving guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he had this fucking like swamp pond area next to where he grew up, and there was a fucking beaver that would make dams and shit. And we were running around, you know, and we had like all of our fucking guns and fatigues we were wearing, and we would make like our makeshift explosives and shit. And,
How
like,
old were you at the time?
we were probably like 15 years old.
Okay, that helps explain.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah, actually, this was last week. So like the fucking beaver was our enemy because hey, we're kids and we didn't have anything else to do. So we're like trying to blow this fucking beaver dam up and, you know, evict the beaver. And we go out into the swamp and we're like swimming around, and you know, we put these charges, like a bunch of M80s, on the fucking beaver dam. And just kind of kidding around or whatever. But anyway, we fucking get out of the swamp and we're like, oh yeah, you know, we really showed that beaver. And we fucking look down and we are absolutely covered with fucking leeches after being in this nasty ass swamp. It was so fucking nasty.
Beaver got some revenge.
Right? Yeah. Goddamn beavers.
So the animal that I was trying to figure out before is the capybara, by the way.
Capybara. What the
Capybara,
fuck?
that's
It's the
Oh,
largest rodent in the
That's
world.
that thing that
Oh,
all
the
the
one
other
that all
animals.
the animals love to
Yeah.
sit around.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I would get one of those instead of a dog.
Yeah, that does seem
Right?
pretty cool.
Yeah, they range from 77 to 146 pounds, so I don't know that you'd really want that.
Oh crap!
That's a big fucking dog
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah,
That's
you
like a
need a-
big ass fucking muscular Rottweiler. Same
You need a
Bernard.
farm
Except it's
for something
fat
like that.
and just
Yeah.
lays around and shits.
Lazy as fuck. Looks like it's high constantly.
It
It's
sounds
like, what's up, bro?
way more tolerant than a pig, and plenty of people have pet pigs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true.
Pet pigs.
Teddy.
are
Teddy,
Well, yeah. What's
you got
so?
a beaver story?
Well, not a beaver story, but fucking earlier before we started the show or whatever, we were talking about y'all were talking about the anal flavoring, whatever. And
Yeah.
The shit,
Sure.
and the shit's fucking real. It's called Castorium. All right. It was added to the flavor. It was added to the Flavor and Extract Manufacturer Association's program in 1965 in the United States by the FDA. They added Castorium extract and Castorium liquid. And it's derived from the Castorian anal glands of fucking male and female beavers.
Male
It's
and
used,
female.
yeah, it's listed its product listing only as a fucking natural fucking ingredient. It's used to substitute for vanilla flavoring.
Yeah.
So is it
That was
commonly used?
It was one of
now?
those things that
Well, it's not. Well, the thing is, it says the annual industry consumption is very low, around 300 pounds, whereas like vanillin, which is another vanilla flavoring, is over 2.6 million pounds annually.
Damn.
So it's not used
Yeah,
up. It's
pretty
not.
rare.
It's been traditionally used in Sweden for flavoring of schnapps.
I bet
Really?
there's some.
Yeah.
They put ass gland in their schnapps?
yeah.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You've
Look at
drank
this.
fucking
Medieval
worse than that.
beekeepers used to use it to
Oh, it's
increase
also-
Oh,
honey
yeah. I'm
production.
probably drinking worse than that right now. Milwaukee water.
It says it's also used to contribute to the flavor and odor of cigarettes, and yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, but I thought y'all were bullshit, man. I had to look this shit up.
The
I was
icing
all right.
icing
Fuck that.
on the cake
That is
for
crazy.
cigarettes.
A coworker told me that, and I'm like, no, that's just so ridiculous. It can't be
Right.
true. I looked it up.
I now know what to look for in my son's cereal. Awesome,
Cigarettes
cool.
cigarettes will cause cancer,
They're called
and
the-
also
yes,
you
don't
might
worry.
be smoking fucking.
Rat ass.
There's a picture of it too.
Beaver asshole. They
Yeah.
actually show the gland? Gross.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like dried. It's dried out.
Yeah,
Well, I
I sent
still
it.
don't
I,
even want to see it.
I sent it on fucking on the thing. You ought to see, but it's fine. Don't look at it. It's nasty.
I think the Wisconsin Rapids Zoo has one. A beaver?
A beaver. Of course they do.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
Wisconsin
Teddy's
Rabbit.
awake. Awesome. Anyway, and Mitch, you got anything you want to say about Beavs?
Yeah, you got any beaver stories?
Your face is a beaver.
Oh my god, that looks like fucking shit.
It's an anal gland. What do you expect it to look like?
Really gross. It's also a lot bigger than I thought it would be.
Right.
Well, who knows how small
you can
this?
stop showing it to us now.
But it tastes like vanilla for some reason. So I wonder what guy figured. Who the fuck figured that out? Who started chewing? Who started chewing?
Man, I'm sure all kinds of crazy stuff.
You know what?
You
know who figured that out? Leonardo DiCaprio, when he was fucking, he slept in a horse to survive. I'll eat a fucking anal gland out of a
You're out trying to survive on the tundra. I'm sure beaver
every
ass
part of the beaver.
Probably sounds pretty delicious. So anyway, all right, we're moving on to the wet sexy.
Jesus Christ.
I'm first. I'm going to talk about Deadwood. The show's 15 years old almost.
It's still on.
So I'm sure. I hope. Oh, it's not on. No, I just
No,
started
okay.
watching it.
I was gonna say,
It only
wow.
had 3 seasons, but that show, if you're into like vulgarity, and just like honestly, if you're into shows that are really accurate for the time, good time period pieces, the show's phenomenal. Because the way that they talk and really think about
you need the subtitles.
Yeah, right. But really, if you really think about it, Deadwood, South Dakota attracted the scum of the earth at the time. People that spoke like scum of the earth. You know what I mean? Fuck and cunt was every other word out of their mouth.
Yeah. And just like, it's like, oh, you can't understand people in the ghetto today. It's like, you know, scum of the earth talked in some dirty slang forever.
Yeah,
They
that's nothing.
still have fucking towns like that in South Dakota.
Right. Yeah, right. With all the fracking shit.
Like
Remember that when you were like stayed there?
Yeah, when I went
you were
there.
like genuinely worried that Oracle was going to get hurt.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
And they steal his woman.
Fucking boom towns, man.
Was Carolyn with you, or were you by yourself?
I was solo.
Oh, okay. They would just steal your sweet, sweet virginity.
Yeah, they stole some shit. Anyway, I guess what's sexy about it is just a well-produced show. The guy, the main character, fucking what's his fucking name? I forgot his goddamn name now. But he's that Irish dude, plays Swearingen. He is probably one of the best actors in the fucking world. And I've always said that. He's just phenomenal. Great actor. And it has the best term in the world, hooplehead, which I'm personally going to bring back.
Yeah, that's very...
Hooplehead.
Yeah.
What's that mean?
It's just a degenerate.
Like you dumbass, kind of?
Oh, man. Yeah, just the general population hoopleheads. So, anyway, yeah, right on. Ashtray, Paul Manafort gets his ass caught tampering with whiteness.
Oh, yeah.
That's supposed to be
witnesses?
Witnesses.
Oh, I was supposed to say witnesses.
Who misspelled witnesses?
That'd be me.
I thought it was supposed to say whiteness.
Mitch says Detroit Beyond Human. Great story, but $60 12-hour movie. You guys see that one?
Is there...
Detroit
that
Beyond Human? No, it's a new game.
That game? I got you.
I'll turn it on. I'll turn it on.
Yeah. So Manafort, y'all remember him, right?
Good old Paul.
Motherfucker.
Who's this
He
guy?
ran.
Explain who he is for the oracles in the room, because he doesn't know.
He ran the Trump campaign for like 3 or 4 months. He was the guy who had Ukrainian ties and created the revolution. And now, like, they basically Mueller's got him indicted and arrested under money laundering charges.
Mm-hmm.
He apparently has 2 GPS collars. 2 GPS collars.
What?
Where, yeah.
Like ankle bracelets or whatever? One wasn't good enough?
Yeah, I guess.
Wow.
Or in case one fails, maybe. The anyways, he
how fucked up do you gotta be to get 2 of them?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Well, basically, they not only did they catch him writing an op-ed. He ghost wrote an op-ed under like some fake name,
President Trump's
basically,
campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, has been charged
defending himself. And then Mueller just recently released a court document saying that they've accused him of he's tampering with witnesses. So basically, he through that WhatsApp, it's one of those encrypted apps.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
He said, so basically, here's the quote. Basically, P wants to give him a quick summary that he says to everybody, which is true, that our friends never lobbied in the U.S., and the purpose of the program was the EU. It's like he basically was using WhatsApp and sending these like, oh, my friend P, to witnesses, and the witnesses just they found out because immediately they're like, I've already been interviewed by the FBI. Like, hey, I've been getting these. You might as well just share it right away. They already are watching you, and so that's what happened. The witness was like, shared it with the FBI team, and the FBI team. Now it's just like, what, you fucking idiot.
Yeah, this guy's pretty shady.
This is really the dumbest administration ever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dumb. What is it? What's his face? John Oliver call it dumb Watergate?
Yeah, dumb Watergate, yeah. But the thing is like, we've seen scumbag politicians before, obviously, with George W. Bush.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure,
right?
like all
And
of
look
them.
at fucking Cheney and shit. They were scumbag fucks. But they were smart enough to shut the fuck up. You know what I mean? Like, they didn't fucking
They knew
every fucking day 17,000 times about fucking ridiculous, stupid shit.
They knew how to be a politician.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That is, yeah, that's a very good point.
He is absolutely not a politician.
No,
it'll be interesting.
Just a fucking moron.
When we get a regular president again,
Yeah, right?
Like whether it's...
Is there such a thing?
Fucking Dwayne Johnson.
The Rock, baby. The Rock. I'm going to make a prediction right now. I think Joe Biden will be our next president.
I really hope so.
Uncle Joe, come on.
I'd rather have Uncle Joe than almost anybody else, unless Bernie was going to win. But the thing is Uncle Joe can get shit done in Washington. Yep. Bernie couldn't because of that socialist in front of his name.
Yep.
Those fucking politicians are going to... He's going to be treated like a leper, basically.
Yeah, I would go Joe Biden all the way. Who's next?
Uncle Joe. He really does seem like the dude who would just pull up in an old Trans Am. Like a 76 Trans Am, blaring fucking Ario and shit.
Right, he's like, yeah,
so guys,
just took the tarp off last week.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Yeah. You believe these gas prices?
Yeah, it does seem like the Onion. I mean, yeah, how's the Onion? I mean, it's like the Onion has so much material to work with now. I wonder how that has changed things in terms of how they write their jokes.
I actually read an article about a week ago talking about that. There was the main editor has been there for like 35, 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
He's seen so many administrations. He's like, it's gotten to the point where we don't even really have to write sarcasm. You know what I mean? It's already there for us. We just have to kind of exploit it. Mm-hmm. He's like, with Obama and like Clinton, we had to kind of just get creatively sarcastic at points. He's like, with Bush, it was pretty easy. You just it just flowed out. He's like, but now he's like, this is the easiest my job has ever been. I don't even need to fucking be.
Don't even have to get out of your pajamas.
Right? Yeah. Well, what's the headline? Yeah, that's perfect. We'll just report this. We don't even rewrite the motherfucker. It's not ridiculous.
We will basically just tell the news and laugh.
Right. All right. Anyway, Oracle PS4 Prizzo.
So I finally did it. Finally got myself a PS4 Pro.
Took the plunge.
So what's that mean?
Everyone else is getting married, having kids. This motherfucker's like, I did it. I bought a PS4 Pro.
Yeah, right?
Right. That's the big
no
decision around the house.
Ring this year.
Right. Yep. Gonna have to postpone that engagement.
Hey, Carolyn, you want to get married? You want to fucking game with the MIT brother.
So, the PS4 Pro, and I picked up a used copy of Uncharted 4 from GameStop for like $12.
Really? How old is that game?
It's like, I don't know, 3-4 years old now.
4 years old.
Is it really that old already?
Yeah.
The four.
It was a launch title, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
But I've been playing this for like 3 days now, and some other games, and I gotta say that Xbox, like I like Microsoft. I like Phil Spencer. I like the attitude that Microsoft has around Xbox. But they don't have any fucking games. Like, they don't have any exclusive games. And when you play the PS4, it's like, holy shit, like, this does not exist, period, on the Xbox.
It is a far superior. It's a far superior system.
You know, I do have to say one thing, though, after messing around with it. The apps work a lot better on the Xbox. PS4, like, they don't have Pandora. They, you know, try to do Amazon streaming and it looked like shit. I'm just like, okay, well, I mean, this is great at playing games, but some of these other things, maybe not so much.
Right, but yeah. I'm sorry, go ahead. I'll say it at the end.
I don't know. I mean, I think that this is an awesome time because there are all these titles. Like, I want to get Horizon, you know, Zero Dawn or whatever, and all these exclusive titles. I can pick them up on the cheap now.
Right.
So that's great. I picked up fucking Call of Duty Infinity for $10 today, you know, used. So I can pick up all these used discs and you know, on the cheap, which is really nice. And I'm digging the system and just the presentation of it. It's got that cinematic kind of quality that's just fucking unmatched. It's outstanding. So I miss that. You know, I've had all the PlayStations, but I always got them late in the cycle.
I haven't owned a PlayStation since 2, so I really haven't played anything on 3 or 4.
I haven't since 1.
Yeah. I can see why they kicked so much ass in this console fucking iteration. Like, they are clearly on like a different level in terms of
the thing. What I was going to say before, though, is even when the 1 came out with the PS4, they made the distinction, like you said, with the apps, that the 1 is a home entertainment system.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's built to do a lot of different things, and it does it well.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it may not have the best graphics in the world, and it may not fucking be whatever the PS4 is, but it runs it well enough for me. It has the interactivity that I like. I like being able to just come on here and go on Skype or Pandora or fucking HBO, Netflix, Amazon, whatever I want, and it streams in high definition.
Right.
And I can do pretty much anything on this box. That's what I like about it.
Yeah.
The PS4 is perfect for someone who wants to play video games, but just wants to play them by themselves.
Right.
And that's fine. It's a totally different system, in my opinion. All 3 systems are actually catered to what they're supposed to be. Like, look at the Switch. You know what I mean?
Switch is totally... Well, Switch is a Nintendo system, you know?
Right, exactly. And Nintendo makes no qualms about competing with these other 2. They just do what they do. And I think Microsoft, after the Xbox 360, kind of said that. They wanted to compete with PlayStation before. Now, I don't know that they are...
No.
In the video game competition market. They're trying to sell you a home entertainment system.
Right. They're clearly not doing the same thing, I think, with Xbox, because I do really... you know, I like Xbox, but even like the Game Pass, like that was good. That was great for like the first couple months or whatever. But then after a while, it's like, well, I kind of want, you know, more games here. Like, I've played what I wanted to play. Like, give me some more fucking shit here.
Now with PlayStation 4, do you have to pay like a yearly thing, like you do with Microsoft Gold?
Yeah, so they have an equivalent, which is the Plus program. It's the same thing. You get free games every month. Basically, the equivalent of that. Which with their PS Plus, I was able to pick up for this month already. XCOM 2 was one of the games, which
you already have on PC.
I don't have that on PC.
I thought you said you did.
I had
or maybe it was one of your sexies.
It was a pirated version of it, so I got rid of all
that shit. My wife played the first one from 360.
Yeah. I played it a little bit. It's
how much is the yearly thing? Is it like $100?
It's $60.
There's like $60. It's like just like Xbox, yeah.
Yeah, well, isn't Xbox now up to like 100 or something?
No, it's $60.
60.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
$5 a month.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's been really cool, and with a game like Uncharted, like what you're saying, Mystic. It's like the type of thing where you sit down, which I haven't done in a while, where it's like, oh man, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna play this game for 3 hours by myself. Like on the Xbox, right. It's always a social thing. Right. Like I'm always talking to friends on there. I'm playing Rocket League. I'm playing baseball or whatever, and that's good. Like I like that experience. And now it's kind of nice having that other side. Is like, okay, now I'm gonna just play this fucking game, like and not worry about anything else.
Right, like the first time.
Well, I was gonna send you a friend request on fucking PlayStation Network, but I'm not now. Shit, since you want to play by yourself.
So he goes to his PlayStation zone.
I'm like, yeah, never mind, bro. I won't send you an invite on the fucking PlayStation Network. Cool. Leave Oracle alone.
Yeah. All right. Sorry.
How much are they running? I was just gonna ask, how much are the PlayStation 4s running for now?
So if you want to get a Pro, Sony's actually gonna have a sale, starting on the 8th, and you can get one for $350. That's a Pro.
And the Pro,
it's 4K.
Terabyte and 4K. I don't even have a 4K TV.
So it's like the Xbox One X, basically.
Yes. So the One X is more powerful than the PS4 Pro. They just don't have any fucking games.
Yeah.
Right.
Or not, anything that you can't get anywhere else. Right.
Right.
I don't know. I don't think I got time for another gaming system.
That's because you're not a gamer, son.
All right. Yeah.
Mitch wants to know your PSN, Teddy.
Teddy Bear Chair. I'm Teddy Bear Chair on there, all of them. PlayStation Network, Xbox, and on Nintendo, I'm Teddy Bear T.
I'll look you up.
On your Switch.
I got them all, motherfucker.
So what's the matter? The Switch, on the Switch, they wouldn't let you put Terror?
No, it cuts off after T. It cuts off after T. I think you only get 10 letters. Yeah, it's 10 characters out of 15.
All right. Anyway, Teddy, season 3 of Preacher.
Yeah, Mystic actually turned me on to this fucking show. Preacher. Apparently, it's based on a graphic novel that I have not read. Season 1 and 2 are very captivating. It's about a preacher who has a voice, can get people to do whatever they want to do. It's season 3 starts up June 24th. So like you should really catch up on season 2, Mystic, because it was pretty it's pretty fucking funny, and pretty great.
Doesn't he have like guns and shit? Does the preacher guy like shoot people?
No, that was a Saint of Punisher. You're thinking of Punisher probably, but there was a guy in season 2 chasing him called the Saint of Killers. It was an old Western fucking gunslinger who fucking Saint of Killers. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, Preacher has a power where he can get you to do whatever you want.
So he's like the Jedi, where they do like
kind of.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's pretty intense. Yeah, God's missing.
But he travels with an Irish vampire. Who's funny as fuck. and his like girlfriend, who's like an assassin. She's like a fucking
tulip.
Preacher was an assassin too before he became a preacher. Before he found the light.
Oh God, I hate when I find the light.
Badass. He's a pretty big badass. Yeah. Anyway, it's a good show. If you like comic book like adaptations, it's one of the better ones, definitely. It feels like a comic. AMC did a good job. So anyway, fuck was I just gonna say? Oh, fuck what you thinks.
Awesome.
Did we just lose him?
His controller died.
Yeah.
All right, fuck what you thinks is the part of the show where we tell you to go fuck yourself, and you listen. Ashtray, parents holding their kids' hands.
Oh, yeah, these motherfuckers. Let's see, where my link at? All right, Forbes magazine had this article.
This up.
Apparently, they kind of sum it up like this. 20 years ago, parents told their children to get jobs. 10 years ago, parents encouraged their children to get jobs. Now, parents are attending job interviews alongside their children. And when they mean children, they're not talking about high school jobs. They're talking about 22-year-old like kids who are done with their fucking bachelor degree.
Grown ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, grown ass kids. Grown ass motherfuckers.
Grown ass motherfuckers.
So it was Michigan State University surveyed employers who recruit recent college grads to learn how their parents are getting involved in their adult children's search. All right. Said 40% had to deal with parents who were trying to obtain information about the company on their children's behalf. 31%.
What are you going to have my Lawrence doing?
So 31% had resumes were submitted by the parents. Like, the parents came in like, here's a resume for my bright young daughter.
I got Julie's resume right here for you.
26 had contact with the parents who tried to convince them to hire their. So like they personally like called and like, my Johnny's a good boy. He's like the bestest boy you could ever hire.
Oh, he will jiggle your balls while he's blowing you, sweetie.
Yeah.
I told him he's got to. He's got to in today's competition.
Jiggle the balls a little. Fuck, I haven't heard that in a while.
Sit on the edge of the ball, and jiggle his cock and balls for him. He's got some balls and some cock, sweetheart. You gotta bite his schlong or at least like his nuts.
What the fuck? It's getting out of hand.
You ever heard that shit from Adam Sandler?
Yeah, Adam Sandler, yeah. I haven't heard it in a while, but from his...
What's the matter, sweetie? You don't know how to lick the nuts? Bring me a carrot, sweetheart.
That was all the rage in the 90s. 15% of these employers heard complaints from parents when their child was not hired. 12% had to do with parents who tried to actually arrange the interview. And 6% received calls from those parents who are like, you should give my son a raise or a promotion. Yes. And they said 4%,
he deserves a raise.
4% had seen parents attend the interview with their child.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just think 4%. Think of how many people are seeking jobs in just the United States.
Yeah. And this was just in the state of Michigan, mind you. This
wow.
is Michigan State University.
Wow.
I think
there are 10 million job vacancies every month in America.
Yeah, see? Holy fuck, dude.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's fucked up. What is 4% of that? 400,000?
Yeah, actually.
I guess the one thing that is
400,000 people.
People who have their parents go to an interview with them?
That's
Jesus fucking
crazy.
Christ.
Even if they're... Sorry, go ahead.
Well, the thing that isn't on here is the percentage of the success rate. You know?
Yeah.
Right, yeah. No,
yeah, how many of those people with parental involvement got hired?
Yeah, none, I'm assuming.
Well, yeah.
Only the ones probably bribed.
Right? I mean, nothing tells somebody how competent you are if you can't even fucking represent yourself.
Right. How did you fucking get through college? What did you do? Like, I don't fucking... What the fuck?
Taking an exam. Tommy, no, Mark A.
Sometimes I feel guilty that, like, I don't talk to my mom on a daily basis or even a weekly basis. You know, like every once in a while we'll text, but usually it's like when the actual shit you got to talk about. You coming down for such and such holiday, whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So I can't fathom, like, the idea that I still would have to lean on my parents like that.
Well, these are fucking kids who obviously still live at home.
Yeah.
He doesn't own some apartment in Upper West Side Manhattan.
Right.
Yeah.
And mommy's going to a job interview for him. You know what I mean? I'll bet you a large percentage of these motherfuckers are probably just like, I don't want this fucking leech in my house anymore.
Please take them.
Get the fuck out. I will help you get a job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Please hire this motherfucker. Give him a paycheck so we can get a fucking basement apartment.
It's amazing
get
too
the fuck
that
out of my refrigerator, please.
Parents nowadays are like more and more in. I mean, granted, the financial crash from 10 years ago didn't help. It really put a lot of people where it's just like nobody could get jobs.
Sure.
After college.
But how long are we going to hold on to this whole
Exactly, yeah. That was a decade ago, dude.
You're right.
Like, I get it. That these people, like, you know. But if they're 20, what you're saying, though, is like
10 years ago, this wouldn't have happened. Or, I mean, not 10 years, like 20 years ago. Like, was it parents in the 90s, you know? Like, when I saw this article, it got me thinking. Like, we were kids born. I was born in 83. Mystic.
78.
78.
I was born in
83.
Yeah. So it's like was it kids who were born in the 90s? Like,
yeah, I'm assuming that's when it started.
Yeah. Did they really like start coddling their fucking kids way too much?
Yes.
Their godparents must have.
Yes. Like
Maybe
that's what old people bitch about. Is the liberal agenda. That's it. Right there. When they see things like that, it gets a 75-year-old guy's fucking balls in a tizzy. Because that motherfucker, you know what I mean? He can't comprehend. He can't comprehend. Like, can you imagine his dad in 1964 fucking trying to get him a job at where the fuck ever he went to get a job? You know what I mean? Like, coming with him. It reminds me of Step Brothers when they come into the job interview for one job together and wearing tuxedos.
Right.
We're here to fuck shit up. Like, that's what I would think if I was somebody trying to hire someone and they showed up with their mom. Well, what is wrong with you? Get out. I don't even want to talk to you. You're not getting this job.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Leave your mom.
Yeah.
We'll call you. Don't call us.
Yeah. Wow. Anyway, all right. Teddy, CMF.
Country Music Festival. Starts June 7th, goes to June 10th. Concerts, fucking meet and greet country music people. Nashville is a city that has been growing exponentially. 100 people move here a day. I think it's down like 90, 97 or like high 80s, low 90s now.
3.
Yeah, it's the city
Memphis
is not
taking 3 people from us a day.
I know, right? But the city is not. They don't do anything with the infrastructure to accommodate for the growth with the roads or anything else. And then for fucking 4 days, these fucking every retard that likes country music descends upon Nashville, which is not big enough for these motherfuckers. And traffic everywhere is just like fuck. Because I mean, all hotels in Nashville are packed up, and then it's like Jesus fucking. It's all these southern fucking retards. It's just
Southern Retard Festival.
I hate fucking America.
Hello, Teddy. I hear what you're saying, but we have this thing here in Milwaukee called Summerfest. It is the world's largest outdoor music festival. It lasts for 10 days, and our infrastructure isn't big enough to handle it either, and I don't know why every year they have it, because every fucking year it's impossible to get anywhere within like 10 miles of downtown. There are buses fucking everywhere. There are people drunk as fuck constantly.
Yes.
Was it a pain in the ass to deliver pizzas during
Yes. Even where I was in the suburbs, it was a pain in the fucking ass. Because you have to stay that far out and take buses in. You know what I mean? Like,
so
you
people
have to
can
stay
have all their hotels
20 miles outside of town. Yeah. It's fucking crazy, dude. And it's just nonstop. They do a decent job of it. It's gotten better. I remember going to Summerfest in 97 when I was fucking out of high school. And we were so drunk me and this black dude, I don't even remember his name, just met him on the bus. We started singing The Wheels on the Bus Go Round and Round, and we sang it over and over the whole trip. That was like a 25-minute bus ride. And like the whole time, we're just like, the wheels on the bus go round. And then we got there, and I don't even know where the dude went. I don't know his name anyway. Like, that's just, I mean, there's good times when you're, when you're 18, 20, whatever the fuck.
Like, I'm surprised nobody told you to shut the fuck.
Right.
Like, no one else was drunk enough.
Oh, no, they were all fucking drunk as shit, too. They didn't care. Like, you get drunk as fuck before you even go at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It was nuts. But, like, when you got kids to fucking deal with and you got to go to work, that shit's a pain in the fucking ass, man.
Yeah, right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I hear what you're saying. It does suck, Teddy. Especially, it would suck even worse if it was country. At least Summerfest is a variety.
I mean, because it's still pretty rural down here. I mean, I live 18 miles from my town is 18 miles south of Nashville, and but all the hotels in Nashville are full up. So now all the hotels over here in Cool Springs, where I live at, are full up.
Damn.
And so my town's not built. I mean, my town, fucking Nissan moved their headquarters here. Carl's Jr. moved their headquarters here, and all these people, Schneider company, some French fucking electric company moved here, and they haven't done anything in my town to fucking supplement the infrastructure either.
They're raking in all that fucking income from taxes
right.
and shit. Not doing
I'm like, but make more roads. I mean, you still got 2-lane highways through this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, can we do something with this shit?
At least Milwaukee's got like 6 lanes, fucking both sides. You know.
I mean, the interstate.
Milwaukee is a confusing tempest of fucking highways.
Where I get off to go to my house, the interstate goes right under the overpass that I go over. The interstate goes from fucking 4 lanes on each side to 2 lanes on each side.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would suck for all those people. Do you get busier at work and shit though?
Yeah, we do get busier at work. I mean, it is
Make
cool.
Some more money, at least.
I mean, yeah, that is.
You'd rather not drunk with the fucking drunk.
Well, I make
$100.
Better
not drunk with the deals.
I make $100 a day anyway, so I mean, it's fucking.
Yeah.
It's.
Right on. All right, Oracle, slow fucking communication.
Yeah. So I have to send a lot of emails over the course of my day.
It fucking pauses. I'm like, that is some slow communication.
That's some slow communication.
Fuck that shit.
And when I reach out to somebody, and we have to get something done, or and I've just learned to just have my fucking work email. I've got an app on my phone.
Right.
Text messages and shit, because I'd rather just take care of it right now.
Yeah.
And just handle
I hear you. Yeah.
I don't want to fucking deal with a fucking pile of fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
And it blows my mind sometimes when I'm working with someone, or even, I have to outreach to other businesses and things like that. Just the fucking atrocious communication skills of some people that are like in leadership positions.
Yeah,
It's like, how the fuck do you even function?
Oh, I know.
Day to day. We're talking like weeks. Sometimes.
Really? That long?
For
Holy
like
shit.
worst case scenario, and I'm like calling like 5 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it's
That
just
person
like
needs
mind blowing.
Assistant.
And it's
like, Tommy, I need a response, buddy.
It would be so much easier.
The meeting's tomorrow, buddy.
Don't dodge my calls. Don't dodge my emails. Just fucking let's take the 5 minutes to handle the situation. And everything will be okay.
Do you get that a lot when you're trying to book people for your new episodes and shit?
Well, that's a whole another animal there.
Yeah.
Because the thing is,
goddamn artists.
Right. Well, the artists are generally pretty good, actually. It's the people that are like kind of scammy or aren't really secure as artists.
Right.
And they're they're just using it as kind of like a promotional type thing, which granted that's a part of it, but there's like legit people and then there's just kind of like scammy flaky people. Mm-hmm. We've had it where we've had a guy flake on us a couple times, and then we got him on the call with us and we're going to do the show, and he was somebody that had apparently written a book or some books about raising children and like having this childlike fucking mentality or something. I don't know. And I was really busy, so I didn't do any research or anything.
How do you find this guy?
So we've got like there's like some websites out there where people can sign up to be on podcasts.
Gotcha.
And, you know, sometimes you get some great ones, sometimes you don't get some great ones, you know, and so this guy, like, he supposedly wrote this book, and, you know, he was like fucking 30 minutes late, and, you know, I was pretty much like, okay, you know, fuck this or whatever. And he comes on, he's like, oh, you know, I'm sorry or whatever, just had, you know, kid, it's the first one. And Carolyn's just like, wait a second, you wrote a book about raising children and having a childlike mentality without having any children yet? And he's just like, oh, well, something came, and he just fucking hung up. And you know, like, you run into people like that are just, they're faking it, and they just don't have anything to back it up. Like, I'll give somebody the benefit of the doubt. And just because you're not, like, maybe you are faking it a little bit, that doesn't mean that you can't be an authentic and genuine person. And that's really all I care about. You know, it's not like I'm fucking, like, a huge person, but I do need you to be a fucking genuine person and not a fucking piece of shit as well. But, yeah, communication. Just fucking
I've actually gotten
respond.
Freelance jobs just because I responded before other people.
Yeah.
And it's not, like you said, it's on my phone. I get an email as soon as they send it. I could just reply right there.
Exactly.
Got my resume on there, got my fucking links on there.
And it's done.
Bam, throw it to them.
It's taken care of. And honestly, like, when I'm at work too, like, I'll make it a point. Like, it's kind of a game for me to fucking respond so fucking fast that they're just like, holy fucking shit, this guy is like the Borg or something.
Right,
like, you know, it's
always connected.
Well, I mean, I've done it before where I'm like, oh, I'll just fucking email him after work. And then like 4 days later, I'm like, oh fuck, you know, like.
Sure.
Yeah.
So now I just do it. I just do it right away. I just do it fucking as soon as I get.
I just realized there's a new episode of fucking Handmaid's Tale today.
Yup.
Oh,
anyway,
shit.
my fuck, what you think is Blade Runner 2049.
Haven't watched that one yet.
That fucking movie can go fuck itself.
It's on HBO now.
Like it.
Yeah, and I was excited. I was like, dude, this is gonna be awesome. Are you fucking kidding?
Really?
Ryan Gosling, who has made an entire career out of just looking like he has to take a shit. Fuck that asshole. He is not a good fucking actor. I'm sorry. I'm fucking done with these fucking movies, like, trying to be all fucking dramatic and shit. Like, the aesthetics of that movie were astounding. It was fucking cool. Yeah. It was a really cool, well-made movie. But the fucking, just the acting and the writing and the whole story was just so boring. It's kind of like the first one. I don't know why it was so...
The thing is, I thought Ryan Gosling was a good fit because he was a robot.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Yeah, you're right.
Like,
but
I haven't seen it yet, but I'll watch it. Fucking y'all aren't ruining anything for me. Y'all can go ahead.
I just can't handle that shit.
So, what was so bad beyond Gosling's fucking...
He just went from no emotion to, like, you saw it, Ashtray?
Yeah, it's been a while. I saw it in the theater.
Well, that part where he's like, where he gets super fucking pissed off and starts screaming after that chick, the one who, like, creates the memories.
Is that when they kill his wife or...
No, remember when she like looked at the fucking memory that he had and she was like, "Oh, it's not real," and he got super pissed off. Like that was just what? Like, dude, you're a fucking robot. First off, like I get that, you know what I mean, but and then you get super emotional. I don't know, man. It was just overacting. It's hamming it up. Harrison Ford was cool, but he's good in everything, so I don't really understand. I can't really debate that. The other characters were decent. It's just Ryan Gosling. I never liked him.
He never liked Ryan Gosling. Why does he always have his shirt off?
He was good in that movie Drive. But that's because he played a robot again. He wasn't really a robot, but I mean, he had no emotion. He was a sociopath. So maybe he just is a fucking sociopath. Maybe that's just his. I just don't like him. Like, but the movie, the pacing was slow and it was boring.
Yeah, it was kind of slow.
Anyway, all right. In all seriousness, go fuck yourself, Preston, Idaho.
Goddamn.
That's our show. We're going to be here every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Central. Make sure you join the conversation at theredeyereport.com or facebook.com/theredeyereport. You can also twiddle us, but no one gives a fuck. Like us, share us, or fuck us. We're down for whatever. I'm the Mystic.
I'm Oracle.
This is Ashtray.
And I'm Sadie.
And this is the Red Eye Report.
Bye, Mitch. Some bitch.
He left a long time ago.
You didn't fucking follow our goddamn page.
God damn it, Mitch.
Son of a bitch.
Some Mitch. That's what I'm going to start saying from now on.
Some Mitch.
Some Mitch. You should text him and tell him that. What the fuck are you doing, dude? Follow the page.
Watching us and not following.
All right.
Fucking asshole.